So hello you guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel Sorted and I'm Balapriya. I'm a second year medical student in Government Sivagangai Medical College. So in today's video I'm going to talk about all the books that I've been using, all the books that you can use in the second year MBBS. So it's been 5 months since I've been in second year. So from this year, like from 2019 batch, the second year has been reduced from 1.5 year to 11 months. So pretty much have only 6 months left to complete my second year, but fingers crossed if the exams are happening in the right time. And so in today's video I'm going to talk everything about the books that I've been using and also the books that you can use for the PG preparation if you're starting right away, and except from the marrow. So let's get right into the video. Let's start with the book for pathology. I'm going to talk about 4 different kinds of book here. One is the gold standard book, and second is the book for grasping theory, to retain the theory information. Third book is for the MCQs and also for quick revision MCQs especially, and the fourth book is clinical questions, to solve clinical questions in which you are presented with clinical scenarios which are related to the concept given in the book. So yeah, so first starting with the gold standard book, we all know it is Robinson Cochrane. And Robinson Cochrane comes in 3 different varieties: the big book, the medium, and the small book. So I use the medium book. Big book is I don't use it. So this is the it is a mirror, but this is the medium sized book, and this comes in 2 parts, volume 1 and volume 2. So yeah, so that is the gold standard book for pathology. And moving on to the books for theory, to understand theory better, there is Hirschmogen. So Hirschmogen is the second choice to Robbins. Hirschmogen is also very good, but this is the gold standard book. And yeah, so that is Hirschmogen. And thirdly, the books for MCQs and also to quickly grasp the theory, Pashgupta, pathology. So yeah, so in that book the theory is presented in a very simplified manner. There is also the little highlights in which they talk about all these important things, and at the end of every chapter there is the questions from the past year. So for these questions help you for the NEET PG preparation if you're not actively using Marrow. So all these questions are repeated from the past year. Also they have separate sections for these, and there are questions from the theory, straight statement type questions. So yeah, that is the third kind of book, and the fourth kind of book is the clinical book. So, and finally we have Robinson Cochrane Review of Pharmacology. So in that book the clinical questions, all the theory from the chapter are put into clinical based scenarios, and they ask you a question from that. For example, let's say acute carditis. So they'll ask you the question, like they'll give you a patient name, so comes with the symptoms of acute carditis, and they'll not ask you what is the disease, but they'll tell you that this is acute carditis, and they'll specifically ask you about any morphological feature. So let's move on to pharmacology. So again, the gold standard book for pharmacology is Goodman and Gilman's pharmacology book, but I don't use it. I use KDT for pharmacology. So it has amazing theory, and as far as I've heard, they say that is the best book for students. And of course, yeah, pharmacology is a very volatile subject, and whatever you read from Goodman, Gilman, KDT, what matters is the constant revision and stuff. So yeah, so that is the book that I use for pharmacology, KDT. And moving on to questions and for easy theory understanding and all that stuff. So there are 2 books. One is Gobind Garg Sir's Review of Pharmacology, and there is another book called Gobind Garg Sir's Notes. So notes in that book, the theory is given in a very concise form. For example, a lesson or a chapter is given in a page, so it's more like a summary which you take from a chapter, which is given in a single page, or rarely 2 or 3 pages. So that is one thing. And there is Gobind Garg Sir's Review of Pharmacology. This book I use it very frequently, especially before exams and all that stuff. So it has amazing theory given in given in a very easy to grasp manner. KDT it is all like theories, paragraphs, but in the Review of Pharmacology book by Gobind Garg Sir, It is given in a point-to-point form, and also there are all these cute little boxes in which there is mnemonics and there is the adverse effects, or there is the things which are usually asked in exam repeatedly, so that kind of stuff. And the end of the chapter there is MCQs, a lot of MCQs, around nearly 300-400 MCQs for a unit. For example, let's say CBS. So CBS has like 6 chapters from KDT, and so each chapters there is nearly from somewhere between 70 to 100 MCQs. So on the whole there will be nearly 500 to 600 MCQs, and with that there is all these previously asked questions in NEET PG exams. So yeah, so that is great. Also there is a MCQ book for the KDT itself, so the KDT MCQs. So all these books I'll share the link down in the description box, so make sure you check it. And yeah, so in that book you have all these MCQs straight from the theory, and they'll also mention the answers and also the page from which the question has been taken from. So that is great. So yeah, and there is also another book called I don't think it has a name, but it is a compilation of all the picture mnemonics for pharmacology, which is great, by the way. I'll make sure that I show a picture from that book somewhere here. So yeah, that is all the books that I've been using for pharmacology right now. So finally, coming to microbiology, we have Apurva Sastry book. Yeah. So yeah, so I think this, I don't know if this is a gold standard book or a standard book. I think it is great. It has great theory, and it is given in the point format. So it is really easy to get an outline of the whole chapter, and also it looks very simplified, and it also has great theory. And yeah, so I think this is a great book for microbiology. And other than that, there is a review book for microbiology, which I think I must have shown here. So this book contains a lot of MCQs from microbiology from the past year NEET PG questions. So these were 2 books that I use for microbiology. 80% I read from I read the theory from Apurva Sastry, and the questions I solved from the from this book, the review of microbiology. And yeah, because this book they don't have very much questions at the end of the chapter. So yeah, these 2 books are great for microbiology. So that's it for today. I think we are at the end of the video right now. I have talked about the books that I've been using for pathology, for microbiology, and pharmacology. So I forgot to show this book. So this is KDT, Medical Pharmacology. So yeah, so all these books, and I think I've been using it for the past 3 months. Initially I had no idea what books to use, what books to not use. So I searched in YouTube, I searched in Google and all that stuff. I searched for a lot of people, answers on Quora. So after that I found all these books, and I've been using them right now. And I think if you found this video useful, don't forget to like this video, subscribe and share. And if you have anything to share, and if you have any book if you're using any amazing book for all these subjects, please make sure that you comment them so I can know, or all the people watching this video can know about all those amazing books. So yeah, that's it for today. Bye bye.